What's up, YouTube? Back here in the garage. Just got the cylinder head back from the machine shop. You can see they lapped the valves for me, machined the head. They did a plasma jet cleaning. Looks pretty good. Fortunately, machine shop I took it to, they do not hot tank, so yeah, that's today's goal. Is we're gonna start cleaning all this dirt, grime, some silicone here, and polish it up, get it nice. Maybe put some paint on it. Not sure. Might just go with the raw aluminum look. Get all these in here on these expansion plugs and clean them up really nice. Just overall have a nice, decent looking head. So let's get to it. So doing our last bit of head work on the 20 valve 4AG. Right now I'm just lapping valves. We're waiting on some cams. As you heard in our video, I was going to go with the Tomei Pond cams. They were sold out, back ordered for about a year from what I was told. I ended up purchasing a set of Toda cams and Toda uprated valve springs. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'll show you my process of how I am lapping my valves, because my hands hurt. So, you know, your traditional method is, it's right there. You know, you use this, a little suction cup, valve grinding compound. You know, you put your valve up in there, try not to get any compound on your valve stem seal. You can see. So, you just put the valve in there with your cutting compound. There's all different kinds of companies. I just got that at a local parts store. Gently press it in there. Traditionally the head's going to be facing down for the old school method, and you're sitting there and you're just creating a fire. You know, you're just using that compound to cut. I found a different way to do this, easier for me. Anyways, I got a piece of vacuum hose, and take your vacuum hose, put it right there on your valve, okay? And take your good old trusty drill, $5, $3, whatever, I forgot how much I got this for at the yard sale. Drill, okay? You put that vacuum hose right there, tighten it up. You wanna come to the other side now? And so the way I've been doing it, the way I did this entire first cylinder, was I lightly push on the valve so that it's seated. And then I just take the drill, and I rotate, and you can hear it cutting. And just like you would with your hands, I lift up, and then I reseat the valve. So you're getting cut, you're basically cutting the valve in different ways. Lift up, go back to cutting. Now I don't know what speed you're supposed to cut this at. They sell little kits for drills to do it this way. They're turning out looking good. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. I went through and ported the intake, basically gasket matched it. Let me show you the tool I used. So So these can get pretty expensive depending on where you buy them from. These are just carbide burrs. Obviously, you know, a cylinder shaped one and a bullet shaped one, so you can get deep down in there and follow. Basically, I just wanted to open it up, get rid of a lot of the casting material. For all those who are noticing all these spots, I did a chem bath and I used the wrong material, but just gonna send it. Yeah, you know, the goal for this engine probably is about 2 years, and it's gonna get rebuilt anyways, and at that time I'll probably have the money for a CNC head. If I stay 4AG, that's probably the route I'll go. But probably a 20-30% increase in flow. You know, if I would have took it to a shop and had a shop do it, I probably would see a greater increase in flow. But you know, DIY, do it yourself, and I think we have some videos we'll insert in the thing of me just putting this on the end of my drill and going to town. I basically just took my gasket, put my gasket on there, took my X-Acto knife and basically followed the gasket trail with the X-Acto knife, and then just, you know, burred it out softly. And then after that, some light sandpaper. I went 400 and then 500 grit, and then 2500 grit, and then 3000 grit. And then I also basically used, where's my Dremel? I don't know, my Dremel's around here somewhere. Anyways, I used my Dremel with some buffing wheels at the end, you know, with some polish compound, and spend a lot of time doing that. Polished my journals. I'm not gonna go too in depth with that. The volume chambers over here, or the valves, I did take these carbide drill bits and cleaned up in here. Got away a lot of the casting material. So while we were disassembling the head, we found out that the machine shop that previously did the engine before I got my hands on it, it already had bronze valve guides on it. So yeah, so it's pretty much going to be a fully built head when we're done. Today we're going to do a quick little unboxing. This is actually going to be the first unboxing for the channel. Battle Garage, love them. I spoke with Grant down there because I was wondering where my package was, and he's actually the one who recommended my Tota cams and then ended up selling me on the Tota cams. So shout out to them for being supportive and helping us out. But today we got some goodies to help finish this. So we're gonna open this real quick with you guys with that fantastic postal service we got going on in the States here, you know. Uh-oh, I see genuine Lexus and Toyota parts. Yes. So this right here is water pump. So I think you guys heard me talk about it. Before I got my hands on this engine, it sat for a while, about a year, and yeah. So we're actually gonna tear this water pump apart. So be retrofitted for the rear housing that they use for the coolant conversion kit.
So what, the mating surfaces are different?
Yeah, so I can tell you right now just from looking at it, mine did not have this on it. But we'll see what happens. Maybe with this O-ring and whatnot, it'll pop right in. I don't know, we'll see. But the rear housing definitely looks different than the water pump that I have. But we'll just reuse the old housing. We'll show you guys how to do that. We'll set this in the trunk. The 8.6.
Yeah, that's an expensive table you got there.
Yeah, Ubuntu approves.
Check it out, guys. Got some stuff. That's an expensive table.
Stickers. I always love the stickers. I got so many of these stickers. Valve stem seals. SuperTech valve stem seals. No, we got 20 there. I'm just stupid. I'm not used to 20 valves. oil pump spacer. So we'll get to that. Those of you building 20 valves, I'm not sure if the 16 valve has it, but you got like 3 points of leaking between the block and the filter. And basically, I don't know why they did that, but it's a cool little spacer. I mean, honestly, you probably could get this yourself. You probably can make this at your local, you know, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, you know, hardware store from wherever you're at. But anyways, this is gonna thread right into the block. And this is gonna allow the filter to literally butt up against the block. I'll be right back. I got it laying around here somewhere. Probably not. I think I threw it away. Yeah, I probably threw it away. Anyways, there's like 3 pieces that go between the block and the filter, and it's just, why do you want that many points of failure? I mean, you blow a seal, you're leaking. So we got that. We'll install that. I think today we're probably just gonna do the oil pump and seal the bottom end for you guys. We're still waiting on valve springs and cams. Once we have those in, we can put the head on the block. But we're gonna show you how to remove valve stems. They got fancy pliers for that. We're just gonna use some needle nose pliers, and we're gonna show you how to install them as well. So we'll get to that. So I already have all the exhaust side valve stems removed. I have left the last 2 cylinders for you guys. So basically, take your needle nose pliers. If you have the fancy ones, they're gonna have like a little circle at the end. So you just grab the top of the valve stem. You want to kind of wiggle, 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 wiggle until it pops out, just like that. And that is your valve stem seal. And you can see these aren't bad. When the machine shop vacuum tested the block, it passed. But you know, I wanted to do it for comfort. I'm upgrading, you know, top end engine components, so why not do it? Jesus, I'm gonna mar something. Jesus. That's why they make those special pliers, so you can grip it. Let me try to grab my other pliers.
Oh yeah. Well, can't do it with the small one. Get the bigger one, right? Damn, you could take off valve seals from Australia. You could sit in your couch and take that out.
Oh, that's much easier. The more you know.
I know.
So basically, you just want to wiggle back and forth. So these valve stem seals, they do have a little small piece of steel around the edge. So these are garbage. We'll grab these. When you're grabbing them with your needle nose pliers, it literally will compress. So you don't want to press too tight. You just want to kind of get on it and then wiggle it back and forth and pull up. Otherwise, you're basically gonna bend it and get it stuck on there, and then you're gonna shrug.
Words of wisdom again, huh?
See? Just wiggle back and forth. Those things aren't even bad, and they're just...
No.
Trash. Oh my goodness.
Need a torch yet?
Turn on dish to liquid. Don't. We haven't started making money, YouTube, so don't yell at me for cursing. We'll edit it out.
Yeah. We'll just beep it out. Shit, I think I already let one go. One of our earlier videos.
Demonetized before you're even monetized.
Oh, YouTube.
Last one. Come on. There we go. All right, so got them all out. It's a good time to clean up your valve stems. So microfiber cloth, my favorite cleaning solution.
Good old acetone.
I mean, it's $10. So just wrap it around your finger and get up in the hole. Try to get the material. There's a residue or grime left on the valve stem. So, sorry, the valve guide. I keep on saying valve stem. The valve guide. You just want to try to get that off so that when you put the new valve seals on, or stem seals, that, you know, there's no contaminants on there. You know, you can probably use a Q-tip or something. I'm probably gonna shoot some air at it real quick. Maybe a little brake clean. Cool little tool you guys should get. You go to a local, for me it was Harbor Freight. It's called Sure Shot. You know, full brake clean, and you pressurize it.
Oh yeah, I
Make
guess.
a mess. That's what happens when you shoot it with 110 psi.
How'd you pressurize this? Oh, you got a...
Just got a valve tip on top. Clean that off. Come over here with your pressure. Make sure you cover your eyes. You know, call me Danger Dallas. So I like to shake hands with danger. Never wear eye pro, hardly ever wear protective gear. Get stitches probably 3 times a year. So protect your eyes better than I do. Alrighty. Got some beautification process going on for you guys. 20 valve stem seals and 20 valves. Yeah. It's one valve too many per cylinder, you know? So, you want to take your lubricant, just put a little dab in there.
What is that? Three intake valves, 2 exhaust valves?
Yeah, no 5 valve. Simple way to do this, and I forgot to grab it. Thought I had it over here. All right. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but this is the way I've always done it. Nut driver. Okay? Nut driver fits nice and snug. See that? Nice and snug on the, remember how I said it had a steel surface in here? So it fits perfect right around there, and I believe this is a 3/8, so 10 milli. Okay? So, easy way to do it, probably put the valve in there and then guide the seal down. So, yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Just gonna send it.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do that because I just dropped it. So, we're gonna cut real quick. I'm gonna put all these valves back in. You know, try to make it all pretty for you guys. And all the valves in. I don't know what they call this. Foil tape, aluminum tape, whatnot. Basically, tear a piece off real quick. This is awesome stuff. So it's almost like a metal, but very, very sticky adhesive. It's great when you're doing work because you can actually protect surfaces. And when you pull it up, it does not leave anything, any residue, nothing. So I just put some there to hold the valves in place. So we're gonna flip this head back over. Now all of our valves are in place. I don't know where that seal went. It's around here somewhere. We'll look for it later. We got 19 more to do. So, obviously now I can't use my socket driver. Building a 4AG is a lot different than building a Nissan motor. So, take them. Your dab. No, we ain't getting no ice cream, boy. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. Building a race car.
Your ice cream money's right here on the table.
Your ice cream money right here, son. You know, so just take your valve. You put it right over the stem. And go grab a deep socket.
Yeah, we're using the valves as a guide for the seal to be installed to the bottom.
3/8 deep well. Take it right over the top, just like I showed you guys. push it down. You want to try to get it on top of that valve guide. I don't know if you can get this angle. So you can see on this valve guide right there, I don't know if GoPro does it justice. Your valve guide's tapered, has an indentation. So these squeeze down and they seat on those. So obviously that's why, you know, use a little bit of lubrication. You don't ever want to go dry, then she's mad at you. You don't want to, I mean, you can push down and you'll literally feel it click onto that valve stem seal. Or I just keep on screwing up my words today. That valve guide, that valve stem seal will fit on that valve guide. Cheese and rice. So, I mean, it's simple. It's self-explanatory. I mean, you know, like I said when we were doing the bottom end, you know, get you a book, get you a Haynes manual, a little blueprint book, and just follow instructions. These seals are very often overlooked when it comes to diagging engines. I mean, you can get all kinds of issues, anywhere from fluctuating idle to loss of power. I mean, yeah, they seal your valves. So, yeah, I mean, I drove my Nissan around with leaky valve stems. Didn't put lube on that one for almost 1.5 years before I figured out that was the problem. So, you know, be slow, lubricate them, push them down. You'll feel them click down onto the valve guide, and yeah. So we're gonna go through this process. He's gonna record it. He's gonna speed it up for you guys, so you don't have to watch me do it. You don't have to hear me talk. I know I'm boring. Alright guys, so we're installing these valve guides, seals, whatever, keep on mixing up my words. You see down here, I have an O-ring from the old seal. So we got to get that off. That's something you need to look for. Like I said, when you're cleaning them, I thought I got all of them off. Obviously I didn't. So what would happen is I'd push that down and it wouldn't go down into that groove because the old O-ring is still in there. So we're gonna get this valve seal off real quick. Be gentle with it, don't want to bend it. Okay, set that right there. There's an O-ring on it? Yeah, it just snapped too. So I guess it's good we were doing these valve stem seals because that one sucked. Now I need like something to pull it out. You have a smaller needle nose? There we go. Yeah, there you go. Y'all see that?
The verdict.
That's the little O-ring I was saying that's on the inside of the seals that basically rides down, if you can see. And we'll show you right now on this install of how far you have to push these down for them to seat. Socket. Can you see that down there? Yep. So you take your socket, you put it at the top of the seal. You go down, you start to feel a little bit of resistance, and that's why that lubrication comes in. You push it just slightly, small, and it seats down in there, just like that.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So, that's it. Cool. Guys, your seals are on the stems, guides, whatever you want to do. So while we wait for springs and cams, since the head is basically just going to sit, we have that tape in there that's going to hold the valves into place until we can get the keepers and retainers on there, and we'll show you that process as well. We're just going to put some lube on here, just prevent any kind of flash rust, and just to make sure our parts stay nice and lubricated over time. And those of you who see the pitting, yes, I have some porosity on my journals. Most of it's visual, some of them. Just pay attention to the chemicals you use when you clean parts, okay? Read the bottles. I did not do that. I thought I was using something. I created a potentially problem down the road, but we're gonna send it. I spent a lot of time polishing them. I already know the viscosity of oil that I'm gonna run most likely is gonna fill in these little porosity defects. You can't really feel them, but you can see them. So, but again, remember I sent the head out to have a lap job done for me and to have them basically water jet it. They didn't clean the water passages. So that's what a hot tank does. A water jet basically just cleans everything else off, but doesn't get inside your coolant passages. So I did my own little chem tank, hot tank dip on this and let it sit for too long. And it started eroding away some of the aluminium. You can't say aluminum. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, I went out here late at night and did my best to save these. We're gonna run it how it is, and honestly, people have ran them with worse defects on their journals, and they're still running to this day, no problem. So I think we'll be okay. So we're gonna clean up for a little bit, and then we're gonna unbag the block, and we're gonna seal up the bottom end today. So
stay tuned.